maybe it's just me, but it feels a little bit late in the month to still be getting some Halloween releases. Nevertheless, Clionadh Cosmetics have some new Halloween launches that are available now. A massive thank you to Makeup on Your Radar for the information on this. As you can see, there's 2 eyeshadow palettes and there's some nail polishes. So let's discuss this one. And for me, the most terrifying or spooky component of this is the price. Because the palette over on the left-hand side is the Trick or Treat Halloween multichrome bundle, and that's retailing for €120.18. The palette over on the right-hand side is the Extraterrestrial Halloween multichrome bundle, which is retailing for €113.11. And the cheapest thing is actually the All Hallows Eve mini nail lacquer set, which is retailing for €23.32. So let's go with the first palette. It's the Trick or Treat one, and this includes 9 shades from the existing Stained Glass Collection multichromes, and they've basically curated it according to nostalgic Halloween candy. Now the 9 shades that they have are Burnt Sienna, Ochre, Flicker, Kiln Light, Sprite Light, Emboss, Phosphorescent, Mural and Ion. So obviously if you have the Stained Glass Collection already, you do not need this. Take it out of your basket. These are the shades that they selected, and I can kind of see how this is related to Halloween. Personally, I don't think it's the most interesting mix. I have a few of these because I do like Clionadh, but my goodness, they are expensive. The palette itself, of course, looks absolutely beautiful. I mean, I love their little embossing. It's so pretty. And honestly, I love the shades that I do have. I think they're absolutely stunning. And they were one of the first ones to really come out with this sort of thing, but I think it's very, very difficult in the current climate, A, financially, and B, the fact that there are so many brands that offer these sort of formulas now. I think it's becoming increasingly difficult for indie brands to really be that little bit more competitive. I think if this had come out like 5 years ago, I'd have been all over this, but because I already own a few of these, it's not really for me. I think it's a smart idea for them to kind of bundle it and kind of get some people enthusiastic about it though. And I mean, you can see there, look at those shades. They are really, really impressive, right? That shade Burnt Sienna is part of that particular pack. Some of the others aren't, but it gives you a general idea as to what their shades function as. And the great thing is, of course, we know that it looks great across lots of different skin tones as well. Like again, these aren't all of the shades because these are just some of the ones that have been cherry picked out of existing shades. But we know, for instance, that the shade Ion, which is there at the top, that's included. And I can kind of understand why that's included. It's interesting. Then the second palette is the Extraterrestrial one, and it's inspired by aliens and other life forms. Now again, be very, very careful because this palette includes their existing Stained Glass Collection multichromes, of which there are 9. So don't double up. Just as an FYI, this palette includes the shades Illumination, Climbing Vine, Royal Pear, Carving, Ferric, Gargoyle, Shard, Iron Gate and Radiance. Now for me, this palette is much more my kind of story tones, and I think, again, I have a few of these. The shade Gargoyle, I know I definitely have, and I really enjoy it. Are you that surprised? But I do think I have brands that can dupe this that are nowhere near as expensive. I like the shade Royal Pear, that's quite cool. But yeah, this is expensive, guys. However, from what I know based upon their Instagram, they did say or indicate that they're kind of like dropping their shipping fees so that if you're spending over, I think it's $175, there's a reduced shipping fee, which you'd need to. But personally, I wouldn't be getting any of this because, I mean, the customs alone is making me feel a little bit unwell. But I mean, look at it from this angle. It looks so pretty. Like there's none of me that's saying like, oh, this is ugly or whatever. I actually think this is really cool and really, really interesting. And if you're looking for something like this, hey, I think you're actually going to enjoy it. I like their quality. But for me, this isn't something I'm getting because I already have a few of these shades anyways. But for me, the thing that I think is the best value as part of their Halloween collection is actually this All Hallows Eve mini nail lacquer set. Of course, I can't actually get this. They only sell this across Canada and the US, so it's not available for me. But it's retailing for €23.32. And when you get this, not only do you get the little 5 nail lacquers, but apparently they also give you their All Hallows Eve glitter mix for nail art as well. And I've heard really, really good things about their nail polishes as well. I think that green shade is beautiful. I think the most underwhelming is probably the blue. I think they could have gone without that, but that's just me being properly pernickety. I mean, if I'm honest, I think it's a really smart collection. They're like essentially using existing stuff, they're bundling it, maybe getting more people interested in it that haven't kind of purchased from them before. But for me, it's just too expensive. It's stuff I already have. But again, I like Clionadh. I think they do really, really good quality products. So if you are looking at this and thinking, ooh, this is a bit of me, I do feel like you will genuinely enjoy it. Like, I have a lot of stuff from them. Well, not a lot, but a lot of singles. So I do think that they're really quite good, and I have a few of those stained glass ones. But obviously this isn't for people who've like been following Clionadh for years, because they already have this. I think this is a very smart decision for them to get new customers, or get customers that have been like on the fence, that haven't bought things before because they've bundled it. Because historically their singles are expensive, like very, very expensive. But let me know what you guys think. Are you here for it? Do you like this, or do you just think this is a little bit unnecessary? I am interested as always in what you guys think.